Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next session of Marketers on the Move. And today I have a very, very special guest for you. And not only a very special guest, one of the good guys of internet. His name is Thomas Petty. Hello, Tom. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Peter?
I'm fine, and I'm excited about the opportunity to talk with you and to get people to understand what you're all about, because I've had the privilege of knowing Tom now for Tom, maybe a year, I suppose, a little over a year,
Yeah, probably a year and a half, something like that. Yeah.
year and a half.
Yeah,
And
somewhere in
during
there.
that, yeah, and during that period of time, not only have I got to know him as a person, but he has helped me enormously uh, because of my technophobe problems. Okay, so thank you, Tom. Anyway,
Yeah, anytime, anytime. Love helping people.
that's what I like about you. Okay, this is, now I'm going to read his bio because I'm too old to remember it all. So here we go. Thomas Petty teaches business owners how to transform their business website into a marketing system that generates leads for them. So if you're listening to this and you've got a business and you've got a business website and you're not getting the business that you want, this is the man you need to talk to. He can actually transform your darn website into a marketing system. If that doesn't grab your attention, nothing will. Because he primarily works with business owners who sell their knowledge as a service, which can include consultants, coaches, or advisors. If you're one of those, listen very carefully. Over 15 years, his clients have included solopreneurs from around the globe up to Fortune 500 multinational corporations and everything in between. Before starting his own business, he worked for over 2 decades at a Fortune 100 company in IT services in California. So that's Thomas Petty, okay? He knows what he's on about. So this is one of the reasons why I'm excited to bring him to your attention, and also why I'm excited to have the opportunity to talk with you. Tom, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Absolutely. Love to.
Okay, here's my first one. What is the biggest challenge business owners face today? And really, why is it so important?
Well, I think especially in today's environment, it's generating new business. And all of us, especially solopreneurs, we sort of go through this feast and famine cycles where it's like we get a bunch of business that comes in the door, and so then we get busy doing all the business and working with the clients, and while we're doing that, then the new business coming in the door sort of dries up, and then what we're working on dries up, and then we got to go generate new business. So it's getting a consistent incoming business so that we don't have to go through this feast and famine and just constantly scrambling for new clients. That's I think the big struggle for most of us, and even in today's situation, I think that it's most important.
Yes, because when you think about it, especially from a solopreneur, by the way,
Yep,
I mean, they're the people that do everything, okay?
yep, yep.
And
We all
very
wear
few,
lots of hats.
yeah, and very few of them outsource, right? Very
Yep,
few outsource.
yep.
So really, in a way, they are their own worst enemy,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And that's a lesson that took me a long time to learn, Tom, to be quite
Mm-hmm.
frank with you.
Yep.
But once I started to outsource, I freed up some time and gave me the chance to specialize in what I really wanted to do. And
Yep.
that's the point you're making, okay? Because if you don't have enough time to generate the business, then you're not going to have a business at all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was just on a hike with a friend of mine the other day, and she was telling me, I was asking her how business is going, and she's like, it's crazy. It's like right now we are so busy, we are just overwhelmed with work, and I'm turning business away. But what she's worried about is when this bubble is done, it's like now she's got to start all over again, start generating new business, and it's just it's
Hmm.
a constant struggle for all of us.
Okay, which is a perfect segue into my next question.
Hmm.
What what is preventing these small businesses, these solopreneurs, from realizing their marketing goals? What do you think it is?
Well, they don't have any systems in place. I think it's that we've got, we get busy doing the thing that we're going to do, that we're good at, but we don't have any consistent systems in place that brings leads in the door, that converts anonymous visitors into leads, so that we've got a constant flow of incoming business. And you and I are kind of two peas in a pod in a way, because it's like we're two sides of the same coin in a way. It's like marketing and sales, and having those systems in place so that your marketing is bringing in the new leads, and then sales so that you've got a process to manage those incoming leads and turning them into paying clients. So I think it's just not having consistency, throwing stuff at the wall, see when it sticks, and a lot of it just doesn't stick.
Right.
So you give up.
Right. So not just not having systems in place, but not being consistent in the use of the system.
Yep.
And maybe trying all sorts of new things all the time. Is that right?
Well, that, and then automation, and automating as much as you can, so that your website is generating traffic, and that traffic is turning into a lead, which is getting them to warm up as a lead, and then when they're ready to purchase from you, that you've automated as much of that as possible, so that you're doing what you're good at, but it's still generating the leads and bringing them in, even while you sleep.
And you can help people do this.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Question number 3, Tom.
Yes, sir.
If people aren't excited about that now, I don't know how we can do it.
Yeah.
What are the 3 biggest barriers that prevent potential clients from engaging with a business?
Well, I think that and your website really should be the core place where people are coming. You've got lots of different things, social media and blogs and videos and all kinds of things, but they should all be leading people into your website. And as people are looking at the website, I sort of say that they come, they puke, they leave, and they hit the back button. And if they can't connect what service you deliver with what their problem is, if they can't connect the two, they're not going to do business with you. So they've got to be able to see how your solution, whatever it is that you're offering, is going to solve their specific problem. The other thing that I see is that it's too complicated. There's too many choices. It's like, well, I could go do this, or I could do that, or they've got all these products and services, and it's like, I just need my problem solved. So how do I, as a business owner, simplify that so that the incoming leads get what I do and connect that to what they're trying to solve?
Okay. And I would assume, if I'm reading you right, that they need to be able to identify that fairly darn quickly when they get to the website, because in this day and age, people just move on quickly, right?
Yep. I've seen things that say that you've got 1/20th of a second to make an impression before somebody makes a decision to leave and go somewhere else.
1/20th of a second.
That's what I've seen.
Woo.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they've got to get it very, very quickly. And the other thing too is that 54% of people will not scroll down on your website. So over half of the visitors will not scroll down. And so if you've got big, pretty pictures and, scrolling sliders and all that kind of stuff, and your mission statement and all the stuff up at the top, half of the visitors are not going to scroll down to see what you offer, and they're just going to leave. So you're losing half your audience right there.
Which means I'm losing half my audience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the way it is. I just
got a kick in the pants from Tom. Okay. Well, now that brings to the next question. What do business owners need on their website to generate more business? What do they need?
Well, probably a lot of people have heard this before, but most websites are we focused. It talks about ourselves. What do we do? What do we offer? I sell this, I sell that. I'm your number one provider of blah, blah, blah. And it's boring. What the website needs is to talk about the potential client's problems. What is it that they're looking for? What are the solutions that you offer that can solve those problems, and how can they get it? So a lot of websites don't even have the tools in place to be able to capture that traffic and turn it into a contact. And so you have to have some systems in place so that the traffic turn into leads, which then turn into sales.
Okay. Here's my last question, Tom. And thank you very much for sharing your time. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
Tell me, how do you help them? I mean, what is the actual process you do to help a solopreneur or a small business to overcome all these obstacles and to achieve a website that becomes a marketing machine? What do you do?
Yeah, so there's so much noise out there that it's really hard for small business owners to try to figure out what to do. It's like, should I do social media? Should I do blogs? Should I do SEO? Should I do all of these things? What is it that I should focus on that's going to work? So what I've done is I've put together a course that is a 7-step system that takes people from step 1 to identifying your ideal client. You can't work with everybody, so you have to be able to work with people that you love to work with. And number 2, transform your website so that it tells a story, and it's telling the client story, not your story. It's not about you, it's about your client, and getting them to engage with you in a specific manner. So this course is going to teach people the 7 systems or the 7 steps that they need to take in order to transform their website into an automated marketing system. You don't want to sit here and do all this stuff. It's just boil it all down. These are the 7 things that you have to do, and put it on autopilot and let it roll.
So are you really saying you can actually set up people with a set and forget system?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a completely set and forget, but automate as much as possible so that you're generating traffic to the website and converting that traffic into leads that then you can put into whatever your sales process you have.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Tom.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, it's been a pleasure to actually share you with the audience, all right? But what's the best way for them to contact you? What can they do?
Well, the easiest thing that they can do is they can go to my website. It's just thomaspetty.com. Tom Petty is the musician. That's not me. Thomas Petty, THOMAS, Petty.com. And and they can get in touch with me. If they're interested, I've got an ebook that I just came out with. The ink is still wet on the paper, and it's how to make your consulting website make you money. It's 29 pages long, step by step, and they can go to thomaspetty.com/guide, GUIDE, and they can sign up for that. And there's even a companion course that will be up in the next couple days. It's not up today, but it'll be up in the next couple days, and they can sign up for that too.
Tom, thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, and thank you very much for sharing your valuable time. I know that people will really appreciate what you shared today, because I think what you're offering people is a desperate need that some people haven't even realized they need. Okay? So for those people watching this, if you're a solopreneur, a service provider, or a coach, whatever you are, and you're not getting the business that you need from your website, this is a man you need to speak to. Once again, Tom, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Okay.